Now children, let us understand money creation and credit creation. How the bank creates money. Now you all must have heard the term that पैसे से ही पैसा बनता है. So in this video we are going to understand how the bank creates money from money. Let us go through the definition first. Through this process, banks are able to create credit which is in far excess of initial deposits. Through this process, what is the process? Money creation. Banks are able to create credit. That means they are able to make extra money which is in far excess of initial deposit. Initial deposit, that means in starting whatever the deposit is, it is in far excess. That means it will multiply. It will become more and more. Now, since economics is not an exact science, there will be few assumptions. So let us see what are the assumptions of this theory. The first one is the entire commercial banking system is one unit and termed as banks. Doesn't matter how many commercial banks are prevailing in the country. Over here, the number of commercial banking system in this country is one unit. All the commercial banks will be termed as one unit and they will be simply known as banks. The second point is all the receipts and payments in the economy are routed through the bank. That means all the payments and all the receipts are done from bank and transferred to the other bank and then back to the bank again. So over here you can say it is a type of cashless economy going over here, and there is no role of cash in this process of money creation. Now look at this table. This is a balance sheet of RBI. So let us take one example. Suppose a customer deposits initially rupees 1000. I have written ID over here. ID is the initial deposit of rupees 1000. Now once the bank receives rupees 1000 from any customer, what will happen? Will it keep the money or save the money or give it to the loan? Let us see. The bank receives rupees 1000. Will it distribute fully rupees 1000 in the form of loans? No. The bank has to maintain a minimum reserve. Over here, this minimum reserve, you can say it is known as LRR or legal reserve ratio. The bank is not allowed to fully distribute its money, whatever is deposited in the bank, to give it in the form of loans to the customer. It has to be, there has to be a minimum reserve of cash. Now over here children, suppose let us take this legal reserve ratio, let us assume it to be 20%. That means the reserve, the cash reserve in the bank, it has to be kept of 20%. Now what will be 20% of rupees 1000? It will be rupees 200 and 800 is distributed to the customers in the form of loans. Now what happens when this rupees 800 is given to the customers? Now see, we are talking about money creation. Money is credited from the bank and deposited in the bank only. Now over here, when the bank gives rupees 800 to its customers in the form of loan, this money will come back to the bank only. When the customer will repay their loan the money will be transferred back to the bank. So over here, if you see the second assumption, all the receipts and payments in the economy are routed through the banks. That means whatever money has been taken out of the bank will eventually come in the bank itself. And what is the reserve ratio we have kept over here? Rupees 200. Suppose whoever has taken the loan of rupees 800 has repaid the loan, and this repayment of loan has been done in the bank, and now this first round will be of rupees 800. Now the bank has rupees 800. Now again 20% we have to keep the reserve, isn't it? So 20% of 800 is 160, and how much the bank can give to the customer the loan? 640 rupees. So over here 640 rupees has been distributed to the customers in the form of loans. Now when the customers will repay the money, what will happen? The money will come back to the bank. In round second, the deposit will become rupees 640. Again apply 20% to it because the bank cannot give full rupees 640 to the customers. It has to reserve 20% of its ratio. So the 20% of its ratio will be rupees 128. Now when rupees 128 is kept as the reserve, 572 can be distributed to the customers in the form of loans. Yes. So like this it keeps on changing. Rupees 1000 is distributed, rupees 1000 is deposited, 800 is distributed to the bank, 800 will come back to the bank. This was distributed in the form of loans. When the customers will repay the loan, the money will come back to the bank. Then out of 800, 160 has been kept as the reserve ratio and 640 has been distributed in the form of loans. Now this particular money will again come back, and like this it keeps on following. Now suppose the total is, now like this the rounds have been kept going on, and the process will stop when the initial deposit and the cash reserve will be the same. Now suppose over here the total is rupees 5,000, the loans given was rupees 4,000 and the cash reserve was rupees 1,000. So over here how much reserve we have made? We have made a reserve of rupees 1,000. The bank has made the reserve of rupees 1,000. So you see children, the initial deposit money was rupees 1,000, but the total money is how much? It is rupees 5,000. So you see how the bank creates money. Now let us understand, total deposits become 5 times of initial deposits. Over here initially the deposit was done of rupees 1,000, but the total deposit now received is how much? It is rupees 5,000. So over here 5 times is what? 5 times is the value of money multiplier. Next, the process comes to an end when the total reserve becomes equal to initial deposit. So over here children, suppose the question comes and you may ask, ma'am, when will the table stop, when we will stop calculating and when we will stop this process. So when you will see that the initial deposit is equal to the total reserve. The total reserve is rupees 1,000, then only the process will stop. Okay, so this explains you the money creation. I hope you all have understood. Let us revise again children. Suppose there is a customer who has deposited rupees 1,000 in the bank. Now this rupees 1,000, the bank will keep the money, but it will not save the money. Okay, it will distribute the money in the form of loans. Now the bank has to reserve a minimum ratio of loan, that is known as legal reserve ratio or LRR. This has to be maintained by each and every commercial bank. Now suppose 20% has to be kept in the form of reserve. So 20% of 1,000 is what? 200. 200 will be reserved with the bank and 800 is distributed to the customer. Now we have taken the assumption that whatever is taken out of the bank eventually comes back to the bank. So when the customer will repay rupees 800, will repay the loan of rupees 800, it will come back again to the bank in the form of deposit. Now this round 1 in the form of deposit. Now out of 800, now this is the deposit. Out of 800, 20% of it, that is rupees 160, will be kept in the form of reserve, and out of 800 minus 160 will give you rupees 640. So 640 will be distributed to the customers in the form of loans. Now again when the customers will repay the loan, 640 will become the deposit. Out of 640, again 20% will be kept in the form of reserve and 572 rupees will be distributed in the form of loans. Like this the process will continue until and unless, when will the process stop? When the initial deposit and the total cash reserve will be equal. Over here, let us suppose that total deposit the bank has made is rupees 5,000. The loans given were rupees 4,000 and cash reserve was rupees 1,000. So over here from 1,000 the deposit money has multiplied. Over here money creation is taking place. The money has been multiplied by 5 times and 5 times is the value of money multiplier. So over here rupees 5,000 is the total deposit, rupees 4,000 was given in the form of loans and the cash reserve ratio is rupees 1,000. So when the cash reserve ratio and the initial deposit is 1,000, they both are equal, then the process will stop. So this is known as money creation or credit creation. Now let us understand one more concept of this. Now let us understand the meaning of money multiplier. Over here with this table, with the help of this table, we saw that 5 times is the value of money multiplier. Now what is money multiplier? It refers to the amount of money that banks are able to create in the form of deposits. That means from the deposits, whatever in the bank the deposits are made, With the help of those deposits, how much money the bank is making is known as the money multiplier. And the formula of money multiplier is 1 upon LRR, 1 upon legal reserve ratio. Now in this case, the legal reserve ratio we have taken it to be 20%. Now let us see children, 1 upon LRR. Legal reserve ratio is what? 20%. So over here 1 upon 20% will be, now whenever anything is written in percent, that means it is upon 100. So 1 upon 20% is what children? 20 upon 100. 20 upon 100 on solving you will get 1 into 100 will go up, 20 will remain as it is. So over here on cancellation of 120 on simplifying we get 5 times. The value we get 5 times. So in the question if it comes that the initial deposit money is rupees 1000. So and the legal reserve ratio is already given. So what will be the total money? What will be, how much the money will be multiplied? It will be 1000 into 5 will give you rupees 5000. The third point, the process comes to an end when reserves become equal to initial deposit. Over here children, if the initial deposit is rupees 1000, you know when to stop. When the cash reserve, when the total cash reserve will be equal to rupees 1000, then we will stop the calculation. So over here you see children how the banks are clever enough to make to convert this rupees 1000 into rupees 5000. The money keeps on flowing children. In this money creation, the money keeps on flowing. Now some of you may ask, ma'am, what will happen if fully rupees 800 is given in the form of loan? Now children, this is an assumption of the bank that the bank will always keep minimum cash reserve with itself so that the money is not given, the full money is not given to the customers in the form of loans. The bank always maintains a minimum reserve ratio for itself. Now suppose let us take the legal reserve ratio to be 10%. Now the legal reserve ratio if I say is 10%. So what will be 1 upon 10%? It will be 1 upon 10 upon 100. This will be 1 into 100 upon 10. You will get 10 times. So that means over here children, if the initial money deposited is rupees 1000, you know the total money will be 10 times. That means 10 times of the initial deposit. What is 10 times of the initial deposit? 1000 into 10 will give you rupees 10,000. So if 10,000 is the total deposit, 9,000 will be given in the form of loans and 1,000 will be reserved in the form of cash. Now why 1000 will be reserved in the form of cash? Over here the initial deposit was what children? It was rupees 1000. And when the total reserve ratio, the total cash reserve will be 1000, then the process will stop. So like this the bank starts creating money from 1000, it keeps on growing from 5000, and if the initial deposit is much bigger, the money creation will be higher. So over here children, I hope you all have understood the formula of money multiplier is 1 upon LRR, that is the legal reserve ratio over here. So like this the bank keeps on creating money. Now the bank doesn't have any problem in giving the loans because the customers are always depositing the money in the bank. So if the money is going out of the bank in the form of loans, someone or the other person will deposit the money, and that deposited money, with the help of that deposited money, the bank keeps on making the money. So I hope you all have understood this concept. Let us see one question children. Calculate total deposit created if initial deposit is rupees 1000 crore and legal reserve ratio, that is LRR, is equal to 12.5%. Now we all know the formula of money multiplier is one upon LRR, isn't it? First we have to find out that how much money will be multiplied with the initial deposit. Now 1 upon LRR is what children? 1 upon 12.5%. Now this 12.5% is what? It can be written as 1 upon 125 upon 100. So next step will be, it will be 1 into 100 upon 125. This will be 5 25s. This will be 5 20s. 5 5s are 25, 5 4s are 20. You get 4 upon 5. Now on solving 4 upon 5, if we divide 4 by 5, how much we will get? This will be 0.58s are 40. We get the remainder 0. So this will be equal to 0.8. Now 0.8 children over here, we do not have to leave it in the form of decimal. So to remove the decimal, what are we going to do? We are going to multiply 0.8 by 10. This will become 8. So your answer from here will be 8 times. That means over here with the initial deposit, you have to multiply number 8. So over here, total deposits will be how much? Total deposit will be equal to money multiplier into initial deposit. How much is the money multiplier? How many times? 8 times into what is the initial deposit? Rupees 1000. So your total deposit will be rupees 8000 crore. With this we complete our question.